here in Downeys pub in Grange Cross here in Ballyfermot. And as far as we know, Downeys was opened in 1954. And we're going to interview two people today. Sean McGarry, who is the manager of the pub. Sean has worked here for the past 40 years. In June, you were 40 years here, Sean?
June, the end of June.
What a long time. And we also have Marie Keaton, and we're going to be talking to Marie about how the old folks was started and how it come about. And give us a bit of history about yourself working here and the people that you met over the years. So we have a lot to cover. So we're going to start with Sean, and we're going to turn to Sean. And so 1954, Sean, the pub was open, and you started in 1973.
In 1978 I started.
1978?
Yeah.
And what was it like in those days when you
busy.
started?
Very busy.
How old would you have been?
14.
14. And like, it's a long time, 40 years. What would you have? You've seen many changes over the years.
Big changes. Biggest change was in the 80s when we extended the pub. Aggie Morns was next door. So we extended, bought the premises from her, Morris Smitten, and we extended the lounge on the far side. So it got busier then, and ever since then it's been a great success. So.
Right, it's noted around the world for being one of the best pubs here.
Music-wise as well, the Phoenix Folk Club originally started here. It goes back to the early 1980s. So there's always been music.
Yeah, and it's still going strong with your Thursday nights here. The boys come in and they play, and they play in the bar.
Yeah,
and that's coming on great as well. Yeah. I just want to ask you about when Mr. Downey was here. Do you remember Mr. Downey?
I never worked from me brother Des did. I was here 2 years when Morris Mitten bought in 1976. I started in 78, and I never worked for actual Downey himself, but I believe he ran a good shop too.
Yeah, he was here from the start, obviously.
He was, yeah, from the beginning, yeah.
So when we look at 1954 and we look at today, we're talking about 64 years ago.
Yeah, well,
it's a long time.
It is a long time. When I started, like, a lot of the people would have been in their 40s. The people in their 40s, their 50s would be 80 and 90 now. A lot of them have passed on, but their children, their sons and their grandchildren are drinking.
So you're going to tell us about the old folks when it started then?
Well, it started about 13 years ago, and we started on sandwiches. So it sort of escalated from then.
And how many people would you have working with you in those days when you just started?
There was only myself and Pauline Cody.
Yourself and Pauline, just the two of us?
Done the sandwiches, yeah.
And can you remember what year that would have been?
Well, about 13 years ago would have been. They used to do it for Downeys and the Lawns.
Yeah.
And then we decided to take up our own, and so only Downeys people would go to it. The people of age and the people that drank in Downeys. Yeah.
Now, when you say people of age, that would be people over a certain age, or people who would be a widower or a widow or whatever, and you would take them on. Yeah.
It was really for people that didn't get out much.
Yeah. And how many people would we have today coming to the old folks now? Roughly 100.
130.
130. Wow. Where does the funding come from, right?
From all the people in Downeys put money in the box.
Donations from the customers.
And we get donations from the Golf Society as well.
Oh, that's good, yeah, and it's going well. And we have it due twice a year.
Twice a year.
And just tell us, when the person goes to the old folks do, what would you expect to receive when they go?
Well, they get 5 free drinks, and in the winter we give them a hot meal and a sweet, 5 free drinks, and a free raffle.
And a free raffle, and music, entertainment for the night.
And entertainment.
Oh, that's absolutely.
All free.
That's absolutely fantastic.
And the same in the summer.
And in the summer, so it's kept going right through and right through.
Yes.
And as the people get older, and here's the customers, they say they reach a certain age, and then they can be invited to come to the old folks too, like people who would retire and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's amazing. So when you started your committee off in those days, I know you have Eddie with you.
Yeah.
Eddie McGuire is one of the lads that's on the committee.
We're the only two that look after the funding.
Yourself and Eddie.
And Eddie, nobody else.
Yeah. And just the two of you, and then you have Pauline gives you a great handout as well.
She gives me a great handout, and that woman, what's her name? So he runs the old, the man that runs the old folks, or the invalid, McDowd, Mrs. McDowd.
Oh, Mrs. McDowd.
She helps as well.
Yeah. Well, that's great. I wanted to ask you, Marie, today about your memories when you came here first. You live across the road on Ballyfermot Road. What year did you come over there?
I lived in Ballyfermot in Rossmore Avenue when I moved up first.
And what year are we talking about?
1963.
63?
Yeah.
And then you moved to Ballyfermot Road?
Yeah, that was 1975.
Yeah. So your connection with Downeys is your husband would have drank here and all, and the whole lot?
Nowhere else, only Downeys.
Yeah, and I believe one time in Downeys, when I was only a kid, I remember my mother and father coming down. It was Sunday night, and you have a great sing-song upstairs.
Yeah,
and
upstairs. It wasn't like this. It was very
different
small,
lounge, yeah.
very, very tiny. And it was actually up there.
Yeah.
And there were all black seats all around. And everybody sat all around, and then all we had was a microphone.
Yeah.
And the manager then used to plug it in, and we'd hand it to each other.
So, like a noble call.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Brendan Lally was here in those days.
He was at the time.
Yeah, Brendan was a great old man. Fond memories of Brendan. There's had to be many managers come through the pub over the years. Some stayed for a short period, some stayed, like Sean is here now. It's 40 years. Desi was here for quite a while.
Desi was here for 30 years before he left.
30 years? Yeah. My God, that's a long time.
Worked here as well with Sean.
John, yeah.
John, yeah.
He worked here as well at the time.
Yeah.
He was only 14.
Well, you were here as a lounge by first.
I was 2 years.
He used to park his car in my drive-in when he came here
That's
first.
right, yeah, that's right, Morris did, yeah. That's right.
Yeah, there's an awful lot of, you know, when you're here for years and you get to know the people and you see changes, you see people coming, you see people going. You must have seen quite a lot over the years. You must have some stories.
So many characters. I could write volumes of books on it.
Yeah.
I think people wouldn't believe it.
Yeah, you had I suppose you had famous people coming and going over the years as well. Do you have any memories of them at all?
There were celebrities here as well.
Yeah.
Well, the Furies all drank here and played here. We'd Mary Black here one night.
Yeah.
Phoenix Folk Club. Kenny Ford used to run it back then, if you remember.
That's right, Kenny, yeah.
Mick Coakley, Paddy Sweeney, Dublin City Ramblers. The Beer Mats have been playing here. They're the recent ones. There's been a lot now. Luca Bloom, he was here. Christy Moore's brother.
He's played here a few times.
There's been plenty of, always.
Plenty of celebs coming and going. Back to the old folks with you, Marie. Can you remember your very first deal that you done with the Sambos?
We done ham and cheese.
And how many had you got now?
Supplied the ham and cheese.
Yeah.
And the bread. He gave us the first start.
And how many people would you have at that? Can you remember?
We had about maybe 70.
My God. And what would have been in the lounge downstairs?
In the lounge downstairs, yeah.
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 I kind of remember a little bit of it.
And they got, I think they got 2 drinks.
Yeah.
And the sandwiches. I went down the shops and got a few bits and pieces out of the shops. And they had a raffle, but no money.
No money, it was free. It was on your ticket on the way in. Yeah, well, I have to say, it's one of the best old folks tours, or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
And it's well organised and people look forward to it. It's actually an annual thing and they look forward to coming to Your husband drank here as well?
He did.
For a long time?
He did.
So and your family come in and out?
Yes, they still come in, even when they come home.
Yeah.
Away, they come in.
Mr. Downey, I want to talk about Mr. Downey, actually a little bit about Mr. Downey, because when Sean started, Mr. Downey was Mr. Mitten was after taking over then 2 years previous. What was Mr. Downey like? People say he was a gentleman.
He was a gentleman.
Yeah.
He really was a gentleman.
How did he treat his customers?
Very well.
Yeah.
Great respect.
Yeah.
I have to say.
Yeah.
And he was a very generous man as well.
Yeah.
Nobody ever knew.
Yeah, he'd done a lot of work behind closed doors. He was very good to the charities and that.
Yes. Yeah. Yes, he was a very good man.
So I presume he's gone
and he wouldn't see anybody in trouble if they were genuine customers. He was a very thoughtful man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when he sold up, what happened? How did Mr. Mitten get the pub? I know Aggie Morden from Dirty Aggies, as we call it. That was her name, which was known as.
He was a neighbour of the Mittens, and that was the connection.
All right.
Yeah, so that was the connection. So
yeah.
Morris bought off him. Morris had a butcher shop. Morris was a butcher all his life. So when he bought it then, he worked here for a while himself, got the place
Up and running.
It's that new staff and things like that. So
Yeah, we have fond memories too, as I say, of the people that drank in this place, and the people who still come in. And we had a lovely lady, God bless her, she passed away, Lily Jackson. Tell us a little bit about Lily.
Lily was a character.
Yeah, and Sean will know Lily, of course.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she was a character.
yeah.
She used to, she played the darts. But no, I didn't play darts myself, but she was a character.
She was always here when you come in.
Yeah, and there was always a smile.
Yeah,
And always a tale.
always a laugh. Yeah.
she was a cleaner, but she done more talking than you clean.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think everyone knew Lily, didn't she? She was part of the forum.
she was.
Yeah.
Every morning, anyway, she'd greet everybody coming in the morning.
Yeah, she know everybody.
You
Yeah.
know everybody.
Yeah.
Now we're talking about the manager, Sean. When you started, Desi was manager.
No, when I started, Brendan Lally was the manager.
Brendan was manager,
from Galway. And he started me off on the floor. Ben Ryan took over after Brendan. Mick Sweeney was after him
Yeah.
a few years, and then my brother Des took over after
Yeah.
Mick Sweeney. And so I took over since that was 20. I'm 23 years manager now, so
Yeah, it's a long time.
it's a long time. Yeah.
It's a long time. And your barman and your staff that you have, a lot of them are here for many years as well. They don't just come and go, they kind of stay, don't they?
It's, John Riley.
But John, like for instance.
John here's here 36 years, I think.
Yeah.
Tony is here 17. Jeff is here 19. Jonathan is here 16. Derek Griffin is here 12. He's 12 years here. So they're all well established.
Yeah, it's amazing when we look back. Even when you come into the pub on the weekend, you can see certain people that brings back memories. You say, oh my God, I remember that person 20, 30 years ago.
Yeah.
And you get the memories back. Going back to when you started, Sean, in 1978, can you remember the price of the pint?
47 pence, I think it was.
47 pence.
No, it was 47 in the bar
Oh my
and
God.
49 pence in the lounge. People said they'd give it up when it reached 50 pence, but they're still here.
It's come up a long way since then. For 47 pence, you wouldn't get up for that today.
Yeah.
I say you wouldn't get up for that today. But tell me a little bit, Marie. Again, back to the old folks. When you started, what would have been the big highlight you did for you doing this for over all the years that you're doing it? Every year is a highlight, I suppose, because you get more people coming.
Get more people coming. Every year is a highlight. But the shops are very good.
Yeah. They all support you.
They all support me, all
Yeah.
the shops. No matter when I go to them, they'll give me something. Maybe
You get a
bed
spot
spread
price,
or,
yeah.
off every one of them. The
Yeah.
chemists, everywhere. They're
So
all very good.
that keeps you going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
And
keeps me
it's
going.
amazing. And looking at the prizes that you get quite a lot. You don't just
I
get
do.
10 or 20, you get quite a lot
They're
of
very
prizes.
good, I have to say.
The stages be full of them.
I sort of rotate them. If I go to one for Christmas, I
Yeah.
leave them alone, and then I go to
Yeah.
somebody else. I rotate them.
Yeah.
I go to Christmas ones and the summer ones.
You have it all sussed. So there you go. Here, so we're sitting in Downeys pub in Ballyfermot. We have Sean McGarry with us, the manager, and we have Maria Keaton, the lady that looks after the old folks. We're just going through the years. We're going to talk to Marie Coleman Lynch there for a minute. Tell us a little bit, Marie, about the green room where we all drink in the evening. Can you remember when you start going into the green room and the
I
people?
do indeed. I started coming here. My son was born 41 years ago, so it wasn't too long after that.
Yeah.
I started just coming on a one night, and I couldn't believe it when I walked in. There was it was the long bar at the time. Do you remember?
Before the renovations, yeah.
Yeah.
There was a crowd there, and I couldn't believe it because I went to St Mary's Youth Club with them all.
Yeah.
There was Phil Kavanagh, Anna Kavanagh, Lockie Sheridan, Rita, Fran O'Flaherty, Kathleen, Kenneth Tobin, his wife,
Ray Martin.
Ray Martin,
Right, so, yeah.
Marion. And I couldn't believe it that they were all drinking here.
Yeah.
So years later anyway, we used to have great crack down there. I mean, mother and father, Lord of Macy, and them used to drink with Marie
Yeah.
and her
That's
husband.
right.
yeah,
Yeah.
in Downeys.
Marie and Sean.
So it's a
Yeah.
real family shop. But anyway, getting back to the green room, when they converted it, and the green room became the green room, it
It used to be the Snug.
That's
Yeah,
right.
right.
Yeah.
That's right.
right.
Yeah.
And the green room
There
is
used to be
the,
a
most,
pool, little
the best
pool
place
table
to
down
be.
the back
That's
of it.
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I love the green room and love coming down, and you can walk in any night of the week on your own, but you're never on your own.
No.
You're sitting with somebody.
There's always, we all know
There's
each other.
always somebody.
Yeah.
No matter who they are, you're always
Yeah.
welcome in here. And if you're sitting on your own, the barman would come over and chat to you.
Yeah.
And they're very friendly. But the green room especially, and there's photographs up in the green room. Andy Dial took loads of photographs
That's
over
right.
the years, didn't he?
Downstairs, yeah. At the
And he
moment.
has
Yeah.
a collage made.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're in a frame and they're on the wall. And I just Dollar Bourne. Did I mention Dollar already?
No, tell us.
Dollar Bourne, and he's here I think since he's 18. They're all here since they're 18.
That was Valley Celtic football team.
Yeah, Philip used to
That's
run
right,
that,
Valley
yeah.
Celtic
Valley
football
Celtic,
team,
That's where they
yeah.
all started, yeah.
But the green room is great, and there's new members in it now. There's new people in it now, but they're all lovely.
Yeah.
And the crack just be 90, and Sunday night it just be great as well.
Yeah, Shatala would have been only 18.
Dollar was
That's
only
right, yeah.
18.
When I started.
Was he?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
he'd be 60
He's
odd now.
He's 60.
He's
Yeah.
the same age as himself.
Yeah,
Yeah, Donald was here a long
60
time, yeah.
old, yeah.
There's been a lot of football teams that have come into Downeys that have started like
Yeah.
in their early days. That started here. Drumfin was here. As I say, Valley Celtic, Cherry Orchard are established here
At
now.
the moment,
Yeah.
yeah.
And there's
Yeah.
different generations there.
That's right.
Their
Yeah.
fathers played for
That's
this team
right,
and that
yeah.
team, and they're
It's a
all
real-
drinking there now.
yeah, it's a real
So
family.
it's, yeah,
Yeah.
so many connections.
Grannies,
Yeah.
families,
Yes.
children.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They- Please God, my grandchild
And he's had
now
connections
Yes.
to the.
start coming here. Do you know
Yes.
that way?
He's had connections to the Phoenix Boxing Club.
Yes,
My
That's
son
right,
used to box
the
with us
Phoenix
and your
Boxing Club.
father
That's
and
right, yeah.
Mr. Holmes.
That's-
They all drank here.
Yeah,
Yes,
Yeah.
that's
yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Again, there was a nuts corner back then too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
I think every pub has a nuts
nuts
corner,
corner.
and we all have a
Yeah,
few
and
nuts. So I
they
think
are
I'm one of them out this pub. But however, it gets better all the time, especially with the old folks, because it's absolutely amazing to come down to the old folks and receive what you receive.
Yeah.
And people go home. You see people going home and they're happy. Maybe they only go out twice a year to go
Yeah.
to
I
that deal.
know, yeah.
And that's
Yeah.
absolutely fabulous.
And I think
that's unbelievable.
Personally,
Yeah.
I think it's better to spend the money in Downeys rather than get buses.
Of course.
Of course there is.
Because I swore if we took it over, there's no way I would spend money on buses.
No.
Because it's a
Madness.
waste.
It's a waste of money. I mean, you have their own place where they come here.
Extra
And
drink.
they're comfortable in it,
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
and
they come
then
down at their own pace as
Yeah.
well. And they get
Exactly.
home when they want as well.
Yeah.
and the home,
Yeah.
and
5
then
minutes, you know.
Yeah.
what's great about it as well too, because we have a taxi rank outside, and there's always a cab to take someone
Yeah.
home.
Exactly.
Most people can walk because we
Yeah.
only live around the area.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's an amazing place to be, and long may it last. Yeah, we were talking about the characters that came in over the years. We had many characters in here, and I know we had good characters and funny characters, and some of the characters going back over the years was just funny,
And Paddy Sweeney. And
you know.
he was-
Yeah, and all those years ago.
Paddy
That's
was up here.
Paddy's
There was
dad.
some characters up
No,
Yeah,
I-
yeah.
There was.
Paddy Sweeney's star was here, and the
That's
whole
sweet,
lot.
Yeah.
Nah.
And Nan
Yeah,
used to
Nan.
come in,
Yeah.
and lots and lots. You know them all. That used to come in.
This sing song years ago was Alfie Hayes, wasn't it?
Yes.
Alfie,
Sammy
yeah.
Eastman.
Yeah.
Sammy Eastman,
Yeah.
Alfie
Yeah,
Hayes,
Sammy,
yeah.
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 They're gone a long time now.
Yeah, they're gone since 1980.
But again, their families
Sam-
drink here.
And make sure you keep your
Yeah.
seat. If you're up before.
I know, keep your seat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Alfie Hayes and Sammy Eastman and all. Then you had Joe Nugent and the likes of all the old, and Tom Canavan,
Yeah.
Helen
Arthur
Dempsey.
Dunn, Helen Dempsey.
Yeah.
My God, when you
Yeah.
look
Tony
back and you
Waters.
talk,
Oh my
Jesus, there was
God.
loads.
Maureen Dempsey, Shay
Marion,
Dempsey.
Shay.
Remember all that?
God, they're a long
Buller
time
born.
gone. And the Buller.
fella
Remember the
used to
Buller? He
sing
drank in the bar,
to
didn't
the
he?
Like in the bar, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
There was a fella who was, I can't think of his name, used to yodel.
Jimmy White, no?
No. He had a
Poor
hairlip.
Peter Cow.
And Peter.
Peter.
Ah, we
Peter told
remember
me-
Peter, yeah.
told me
Peter was
Peter
forever
He started
here.
drinking
Yeah,
here in 1957.
Yes.
And how I remember that was the year I was born.
yeah,
He started drinking here in
1957.
1957. Peter Cow.
I still
yeah.
drank here till the day he passed, yeah.
Yeah.
He did, yeah.
Trying to be English.
He did.
Yeah, well, we used to have a fella come in here, and I won't mention the name but we're just remembering. And he used to come in, and we'd be having a quiz at night time and talking about history, and he used to say, well, I came into this pub before it was built. And he was here before it was built, and he always said, and do you know who it was?
Who?
Lord rest him, Joey O'Flaherty.
Joe.
Joe used to always say, I was here before it was built. He used to walk through before the place was built, when
Yeah.
there was fields. Yeah, that's how far he could go back, you know.
Yeah.
But we had many interesting people over the years coming in and coming out, and please God, he still continues to do
I
it.
passed through here in 59, 58, 59. and I was coming up here to get, I didn't live up here, I lived in Canberra.
Yeah.
But I was coming up here to get my wedding album. And
Right.
there's somebody down on Rossmore done the wedding albums then.
All right.
And like, I never thought I would ever live up here.
Yeah.
Like, I was getting married in 1960.
Yeah.
And I came up here for my wedding album.
And did you come in for a drink?
We came in here with my father-in-law for a drink.
Ah,
Like,
right.
And
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you haven't stopped coming in
I
since.
haven't stopped coming
Yeah.
in.
Great.
Like,
Yeah.
actually, when you think about it, was 50.
Yeah.
It was 59.
Yeah.
When you think
My God, yeah, it's great. So, as I say, our Heritage Day now is on August the 25th. It's in Ballyfermot Library, and there'll be lots of stuff down there on the day.
Yeah.
We've got lots and lots of stuff, and as I say, we're just doing a little bit of memories here, and we're just nearly finished now to conclude it. So I just wanted to say thanks so much to Marie for coming and sharing your memories. Now we'll do more again later on. It's just the first time we've done it with you, and thanks to Sean for giving us your time as well, and to Marie, and to our cameraman Sean. So we'll conclude with that, and please God, we'll see each other soon.
Please God. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.